everyone. My name is Daulton Johnson. I am a student at University of the Ozarks in Clarksville, Arkansas, and I chose to study changes in whitetail deer activity in Arkansas from 2019 and 2020 compared to 2024. Some background. Approximately 1.1 million whitetail deer inhabit Arkansas. They're a staple game animal for hunters in the state, and between 180,000 to 200,000 are harvested each year. They have distinctive behavior compared to mule deer as they flee by running rather than hopping, and they also raise their tail when alarmed, revealing the white fur on the bottom of their tails. Some methods. Analyzing data from 4 arrays in Arkansas from the Snapshot USA database from 2019 and 2020 grouped together and 2024. I also analyzed and detected trends using Snapshot USA tool. Where are the camera traps located? There are 4 total array sites in Fayetteville, Grandview, University of the Ozarks, and Ozarks Science Center. 20 cameras were used in 2019 and 2020, and 23 cameras were used in 2024. Question hypothesis. My question was, have there been any changes in whitetail deer activity in 2019 and 2020 compared to 2024 in Arkansas? My hypothesis was I predict that there are no changes in whitetail deer activity as they are crepuscular species, being active at both dawn and dusk. I think there will be a similar rate in activity at both dawn and dusk in years 2019 and 2020 compared to 2024. On the left, you can see the spike of most sightings being at hours 19 and 20 in 2019 and 2020, and completely shifting to most sightings being at hours 8 and 9 in 2024. Looking at the numbers from these graphs, we can see that the sightings number is substantially greater in 2024. This reflects a possible population increase or change in behavior resulting in more deer movement, causing them to be caught on camera more often. Some patterns. Based on the information provided, the peak of deer activity had a major shift from having more sightings at dusk to having more sightings at dawn. The peak of deer activity shifted from most sightings being at night in 2019 and 2020 at hours 19 and 20 to the peak sightings being in the morning at hours 8 and 9 in 2024. There were substantially more sightings in 2024 data, reflecting that possible population increase or changes in behavior were resulting in more deer movement. Why does this behavior occur? During the day, deer are often resting and digesting, and their morning movement is driven by the need to find food and water before heat of the day. This may also reflect a realization of more human activity or hunting at dusk, resulting in increased activity at dawn. And temperature fluctuations may also be an influence, as cooler temperatures are preferred by whitetail when it comes to movement. Possibility of deer activity may also have increased at night, resulting in change in movement times for safety reasons. Conclusion. According to the snapshot data, whitetail activity has shifted. The peak of deer activity has shifted from most sightings being at night in 2019 and 2020 at hours 19 and 20 to the peak sightings being in the morning at hours 8 and 9 in 2024. Along with this, the graphs also portray a possible major increase in deer population with substantially more sightings than in 2019 and 2020. There's also some possible reasons. This may be caused by their desire to beat the heat of the day, as cooler temperatures are often occurring earlier in the morning than at dusk. Adaptation to human activity being more common at dusk also may result in change in behavior. My hypothesis was rejected. Deer activity did not stay the same, and there were no similar sighting numbers at both dawn and dusk. Some potential issues. Deer must be experiencing major pressures to be changing major movement patterns and times. It is important to use caution when major behavior shifts like these are occurring. This could also throw off other species' behaviors due to these changes. Some limitations. Data may not be accurate to the entire state of Arkansas, as there was no camera trap footage placed on the eastern regions of Arkansas, and there were also only 4 arrays. We must be cautious when drawing conclusions on deer populations and changes in behavior with only 4 monitory areas. The reflection of increased deer sightings may have also occurred due to slight increase in number of camera traps placed in 2024. Another possible influence in the data was that there was a decline in population of white-tailed deer in 2019 due to a chronic wasting disease breakout. Here are my sources, and thank you so much for watching my study. I hope you found it interesting.